At the intersection of style and performance, you'll often find cars with million-dollar price tags. The Gardner-Douglas T70 isn't like those. It's a do-it-yourself race car with a heritage that spans decades, and it costs a fraction of what you might spend on a typical mainstream exotic. Gardner-Douglas is a British replica brand founded in 1990. From the outset, founder Andrew Burrows had a single goal: to combine the iconic looks of classic sports cars with the performance of more modern powertrains. It's a formula that offers the best of both worlds: good style and reliable speed. But the company says they're careful to never make an exact recreation, saying, quote, "GD has deliberately avoided the temptation to merely replicate. Rather, the company has always offered its own interpretation, in the style of, to be consistent with the advanced engineering under the skin." This one-of-a-kind approach gives the brand more creative freedom to create clean, street-legal designs, inspired by some of racing's most renowned legends. These supercars have modern designs and neck-snapping performance, but are also safer and more affordable than the real thing. Of course, like nearly every replica brand, Gardner-Douglas has their own version of the iconic Cobra. Although most people associate the Cobra name with Carroll Shelby and his V8-powered American muscle, it was originally made by a British manufacturer as the AC Ace. Gardner-Douglas calls their recreation the GD Mark III. It's built on a tubular backbone chassis with engine mounts made to fit a 6.2-liter LS3 V8. This engine can be tuned to make anywhere from 430 to over 500 horsepower, meaning this lightweight replica can accelerate from 0 to 60 in as little as 3.5 seconds. The exterior is made from a single-piece fiberglass tub that fits neatly over the chassis to complete the build. Gardner-Douglas offers the Mark III as a turnkey factory car or as a component car for customers to assemble in their own garage. But if you ask me, the Mark III isn't Gardner-Douglas's most exciting model. After all, you can find Cobra replicas from dozens of brands like Factory 5, Backdraft Racing, and Superformance. The GD T70, however, is far more likely to be the only one at your local car meet. It is a road-legal evolution of the track-only Lola T70. Lola was a race car marque founded in the 1950s. The T70 debuted in 1965. It competed in Can-Am series and was also featured in several Steve McQueen racing films. Although there were many different versions of the car, most were powered by a Chevy V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. The T70 raced for several seasons, but was ultimately phased out as it became harder to keep up with competitors from Porsche and McLaren. The Lola brand remained a chassis supplier for decades after, but sadly went defunct in 2012. If you want to own an original Lola T70 today, it'll cost you somewhere near $250,000 and won't even be legal to drive on most roads. That's why Gardner-Douglas developed a recreation that offers the same style but with updated performance and a lower price tag. It's offered in two different styles, the T70 Spider and the T70 Moda. As its name suggests, the Spider is an open-top edition with nothing more than a roll bar above your heads. The Moda is their hardtop version, featuring a modular T-top system that can be removed in stages. On both models, drivers can choose to remove the windscreen for a more sincere track experience. The design has been slightly altered from the original Lola to improve visibility, safety, and practicality for modern roads, but it still has a clearly recognizable link to the Mark I, Mark II, and early Mark III T70s. Like most modern kit cars, the Gardner-Douglas is built around a tubular steel space frame. It has double wishbone suspension with adjustable coilovers and a fiberglass composite body. The chassis is designed to accept a number of different LS series motors. A stock LS3 can produce 430 horsepower, or owners could go all the way up to a 7-liter LS7 V8, easy to tune for over 600 horsepower. These engines are typically paired with a 5 or 6-speed Porsche transaxle to complete the package. A next-generation T70 is also in the works, offering EV drivetrain compatibility. Altogether, the company says this car can be built to weigh less than 2,000 pounds, honoring the lightweight philosophy of the original race car. How does this translate to performance? Gardner-Douglas claims the high-end T70 builds can accelerate from 0 to 60 in as little as 2.6 seconds. Top speed should be around 200 miles per hour. Autocar did a rather interesting review of the T70, where it was brought on track next to a McLaren 12C. And while the British supercar was clearly more comfortable, the Gardner-Douglas kit was able to keep up quite nicely on the straights. All in all, not bad for a car that likely has half the price tag. Just like the Mark III Cobra replica, Gardner-Douglas offers their T70 lineup as turnkey builds or in component car form. Pricing for the models isn't readily offered on their website, although you can definitely expect to spend less than the $300,000 this genuine Lola sold for. Used models are difficult to find given the rarity of these cars, but I've seen examples selling from 30 to 80,000 pounds, or about 40 to 100k USD. Would you take on the adventure of building your own race car legend? Let me know in the comments. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching.